that should do it. That should be all back now. Thank you for saying so. Do you know what? I ran through my checklist and that's something I didn't check, that was all working. So hopefully that's all right. Do let me know that that's come through okay now. Ah, thank you very much. Well, it's not better because now you can hear me, but I'm definitely not on mute. So as I was just saying, I was only just saying hello and getting us started. Jamie Oliver's new book then has become tradition. A few years running I've been opening his book live on stream. I hoped to do it last night, but sadly I couldn't fit it in. So let's do it now. I've watched a little bit of his new program supporting it, a little bit, but not much. The program is his current style. The thing is eat yourself healthy. So let's have a look. Let's pop that on. Now I also know I ordered 2 copies, and the reason I ordered 2 copies is because when he announced the book in May, I ordered it, and then a few weeks ago I thought, oh, I haven't ordered his book yet. I ordered it again. So I've got 2 copies, so one will be going back. So let's get one out of the way for now. Tuck that out of the way. So yes, we have Jamie Oliver's Eat Yourself Healthy. Nice chill stream tonight. We won't be cooking anything out of it, just having a look. I've also got my post-it notes, so I'll be making a note of all the things I'm actually interested in cooking. So let's have a little rummage. And if you have already had a look out there and enjoyed, or not enjoyed, or hated it, let me know as well. That'd be really interesting to know your thoughts. As I say, it's fresh out of the box. I haven't had a look, and I've watched a fraction of his television program that supports it, just a little bit today. And it could have been any program. So there we go. Let's start and have a look. So we can have both have a look at the same time. In fact, I'm going to switch this up, I think. That way around. Ah, there we go. Good, I can do something. Ooh, pretty veg. If you're interested in, let's come back to that. If you're interested in other Jamie Oliver books, if you don't know already, elsewhere on the site, I did a live stream, I think last December, I want to say, where I went through every single one of his books and ranked them. So we're just adding to that now. Hello Adam, nice to see you. How you doing? Just a little book, chill book, looking at Jamie Oliver's new book, seeing what's in there tonight. First off, a dedication to Michael Mosley, for those of you who don't know him. A doctor, started as a GP, I believe, and then went in to do sort of health-related programs. But he was really enthusiastic, really fun, and he passed away tragically on holiday, went missing, and I think everyone was quite shocked at it. He was really big on health and improving health. He made a program for Channel 4 I found really eye-opening, which is about food and dieting, and just saying how little support there is out there from a purely medical perspective. Fascinating guy. Anyway, let's go on to the book. Try and cheer things up. Well, the classic Jamie style photography. I'm guessing it's David Loftus. He's done his last however many millions of books. Yes, David Loftus. So you've got that style, a very clean overhead shot. Let's have a quick look at the chapters, get a bit familiar with that. Pantry and Kit, Healthy Hacks, the 2-week Kickstarter, which it says includes 2-week Kickstarter. I mean, it's saying it's like it's a bonus chapter. It's in the book. How to balance your plate, 7 a day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, weekend, healthier treats, drinks, cooking sustainably, blah. So the only little thing I did see of this, we have a terrible program in the UK called This Morning, which is a magazine show where they just fill stuff up. I watched a brief interview with him, I think it was today or yesterday, where he said about trying to get the 5 a day up to more like 10, which is a far better way to live. I think most of us would look at that and think, how do we get to 10 a day? Do you want to feel better? Ad says, do you remember the show where he made black pudding from his own blood? That was crazy. Oh, you mean Michael Mosley, not Jamie Oliver. I was racking my brains thinking, when did Jamie Oliver do that? No, but I remember Michael, I didn't see that one, but that sounds like the sort of thing Michael Mosley would do, yes. Jamie says, do you want to feel better? I turned 50 this year, not me, him. And that shift from one decade to another gave me a moment to pause and reflect on my own health, to think about what I need to do to get myself in shape for the future. Well, he's got to look after all those kids, hasn't he? I'm not going to read the whole thing out. I don't think that's what you were here for. We'll just get into the recipes. He says, breakfast, each recipe will be one portion of your 7 a day and comes in at under 400 calories. That's pretty impressive if you can come up with a good breakfast for under 400 calories. Lunch, dinner, weekend, under 600 calories. Again, if these are good recipes, then that's good. His healthy books called Superfood and Super Family Food, my two probably least favourite books of his. I didn't get on with those at all. Just didn't get on with it. So let's hope these are a bit more, I guess, relatable. Pantry and kit, so I'm guessing he's going to say make sure you've got oil and vinegar. Yes, basically. 50 healthy hacks. Okay, obviously I'm going to go and read this properly at some point. A whole page is here of things, basically little swaps to try. Frozen fruit and veg, oily fish, buy black beans, make sure you use eggs, whole wheat pasta. I'm not crazy about whole wheat pasta. Every time I try it, I think, I'm not enjoying this. Does anybody else think that about whole wheat pasta? It feels more like a chore than it does something really nice to eat. Eat the rainbow, start with veg. More stuff about eggs. Loves eggs. Use oil in a spritz bottle. I recently bought a spritz bottle for oil, mostly for the air fryer, but I have found myself using the frying pan. I mean, Jamie is classic for the glug of olive oil, right? The just whack about a tablespoon in, but I suppose you actually need a spritz to lubricate the pan. Drink a load of water. Get moving. Sleep well. Don't clock watch in bed. Oh, that is the worst, isn't it? When you're trying to get to sleep and you peep an eye open and it's been 4 minutes since you last looked at the clock. Horrendous. Can't stand that. Take a nap. I love a nap when I can, he says. The 2-week Kickstarter. Let's have a quick whiz round all the stuff, make sure everything's working. Lovely, lovely. Good. The 2-week Kickstarter. If you want to go all in, this 2-week Kickstarter is for you. Commitment to 3 delicious meals a day, which promote healthy eating and good ingredients. It's a change of lifestyle, not a diet. I've heard that a lot in the past couple of years, about changing lifestyle rather than diet. Okay, and then we get some meal plans here, which are, they're all recipes from within the book and suggesting how you will make more to carry over to another day. And I'm just racing through these, and unsurprisingly, very little meat in these. Yeah, there's a steak dish, beef and bean ragu, chicken fajitas, a lot of oily fish, but very veg forward. And week 2 is the same. Yeah, very it's fun though, having a week planner. I often think that's a hold up for a lot of people, like thinking about their meal planning. In fact, I was listening to something this morning, someone I know who uses ChatGPT to plan their weekly meals every week and create a shopping list from it and that sort of thing, which is an idea. How do you do that? I plan out all my meals usually on a Thursday evening to get a Friday delivery, and then usually 1 or 2 of those go out of the window by the time we get to the day. Or do Do you DIY yours? Do you not care? Do you just have things in the fridge and cupboard that you know you can reach for to make a dinner? I'm always fascinated about how other people make their meals. And you're getting your 7 a day, not 10 a day. Big on portions. So where are we? Page 30. Haven't hit any recipes yet. It's all sort of theory. So he's very much on the lecture for this one. Breakfast. Okay. Ways to do cereal. Fairly sure he's done variations of this in previous books. There's ones for shredded wheat, oats, pina colada muesli. That's a nice title. Get people looking. Cheats Bircher muesli, made from Weetabix. That's kind of interesting. 5-minute tasty toppers. I've definitely seen this before. So this is putting things on some toast or some sort of bread. Which are all very pretty. It's good for inspiration, I guess. Box grater fruit salad. It's fairly standard stuff, just grate some stuff up with some yogurt. Frosty porridge, a frozen smoothie. Did I miss one there? I've just spotted at the top of each page there's a count of how many of your 7 a day there is. I think I'm going to move this over here. Not that, not that. That needs to go like that. I'm just going to move a few things around. There, that's what I wanted. I wanted to move me around. That's better. You can see more of the book that way. I also get to plug my mug more often. Available in the store down below. On the YouTube channel. Smoked salmon and rye omelette. That sounds nice, I'll be honest. Whizzed up rye bread and smoked salmon in an omelette. Bit of spinach. So that's very nice. The first post-it note comes out. We'll have that one. Speedy stuffed apple. Apple stuffed with stuff. Overnight oats. I'm not crazy about overnight oats. I don't really like the texture. I find them a bit, you know. And then turn the page for inspo. It's not going to inspire me. Although I will say, gorgeous photography. The plating, as it were. Tiramisu with espresso, oats and yogurt. That's cute. That is a cute idea. I like that. And cherries. I'm a sucker for cherries. All right, the tiramisu one, which is a way of having your coffee and your oats at the same time. So there's 2 post-its. Good start. 2 post-its is a good start. Spicy tofu and sweet pepper eggs. Nice. Not really my speed. Golden cheese and jammy berries. So halloumi and berries on toast. Bit weird. Cheese and fruit. Well, halloumi. Ducker poached eggs. Not bad. Extraordinary brekkie smushing. That's a terrible name. Which is banana on toast with peanut butter and yogurt. 1 cup pancakes. That's so. A recipe he's punted many times, which is where you use a mug, like so. Fill it with flour. Tip it in a bowl. Same amount of milk, and then a large egg, and you mix it up, and that's your pancake. So it's fine, but you know, we're not changing the world here. Again, I love the photography though. These are all pancake toppings, various sweet and savoury ones. Chickpea, that's quite a lot of fun, and courgette. Yeah, some lovely ideas there. Cheesy beans on toast. Back with the halloumi again. Interesting. Easy egg and bean phyllo twists. That sounds a bit weird. Sort of like mini pies in there. granola fruit cups. Basically roast some stone fruit and serve with breakfasty yogurty things. I'm going to move that slightly, I think, like that. There we go. You can see what's going on a bit better now. Batched up protein rolls. Bump up your protein fix with bread, I guess. So what's providing the protein? Cottage cheese. Cottage cheese seems to be cool again. I don't know why. Everybody seems to be using it now for, I don't know, everything. I don't know why everyone's suddenly onto protein. Okay, a couple of Post-its. Now we're onto lunch. Prawn cocktail for one. That is cute. It's got mango in it. Prawn cocktail with mango. Okay. Speedy kedgeree. Kedgeree, that is usually sort of curried fish and rice. Better than it sounds, I promise you. Yeah, all right. Creamy walnut coleslaw. I mean, we're verging on Waldorf salad there, actually. Brings back 40 Towers memories. Warm lentil salad. That sounds quite nice, but it's getting harder to think about meals like this in the middle of September. If I'd have got this back in July, I'd be like, yeah, this sounds great. But all right then, we're going to post it. As I whiz through, is there anything grabbing anyone's fancy? Harissa tuna platter. That is cute. It's just tuna on oatcakes, basically. Curried fried eggs and grain salad. Speedy silky omelette. I think this is from his veg cookbook. It's very familiar. Bit of a mess. Prawn and noodle salad. What's providing the flavourings there? Mint, soy, peanut, sesame chili oil. Okay. One thing, if you watched my video where I ranked all of his books, you might have seen the bit where I said in recent books he's got rid of the blurb, but I'm really happy to see it back because I think the blurb gives a recipe character. It sort of tees you off and shows you what the recipe is and where it's heading. I really like that. So good to see it back. Crispy sardine and avo wrap. Sardines with avocado. And what is that? Oh, it's tomato. I thought it was like watermelon for a minute. Okay. Chopped rainbow salad, which is everything from the salad drawer, basically, with mango, mint and lime. I mean, it sounds very nice. It says it takes 11 minutes to make, which is probably realistic because there's a lot of chopping to go on there. I personally would dump all that on a big chopping board and just go through it with a knife, non-carefully. Salmon beet and potato salad. Just shut my phone up a minute. Ho-hum, nice colour. I think the beetroot has been blitzed with the yoghurt. Sardines on toast and tomato salad. So-so. Sesame miso shred salad. Again, that was very apparent once you start to go through all of James' books all together. You notice how obsessed he is with salads. However, worth saying, this salad, get that in shot, will give you 5 of your 7 a day. So that's pretty impressive that you can get your 5 a day out of one salad. Black bean hummus salad wrap. Boiled egg fridge stash. Yeah, I'm completely unbothered by boiled eggs. Completely unbothered by them. He's got some pretty coloured ones though. Can completely take or leave them. Spring veg omelette. Fine. Carrot gazpacho. That sounds interesting. Excuse me. Carrots, cucumber, almonds, stuff, and then whiz it all up into soup. Is that cold? Yes, it's completely cold. Interesting, but I might try it. Interesting. Does anybody else do this? Does anybody else go through a book with post-it notes, or do you fold the corner over, or do you scribble on the corner when finding things you want to cook later? Pea and feta egg warm salad, eggs and crispy mackerel rice. You can tell they're not really doing it for me. Chickpea arrabbiata. That sounds pretty filling. Putting chickpeas in with the pasta as well. Crispy bean and anchovy eggs. Smashed salad. Apples, cucumbers, carrots, beetroots, peppers, radishes. All mushed up basically. A bit like the previous chopped salad. Looks very nice. Chickpea and feta salad. Yeah. Got that sort of poke bowl style, you know. Everything's separated with a tomato dressing. So grated tomato to make a dressing. Definitely seen him do that before, and that's a really good one. People can never figure out where that flavour comes from in a salad dressing when you grate tomatoes. Curried egg and rice pots. Well, that's cute, isn't it? That's super cute. Tuna and broccoli pasta. Very salty. Tuna, capers, black olives, tapenade. Cute though. I think I said cute like 50 times, haven't I? Avocado and black bean omelette. Yeah, it's all right. There's tortillas buried in there as well. Carrot and sweet potato fritters. I do like a fritter. Sweet potato, carrots, chickpea flour, whizzed up to make, I think, crispy mackerel buns, a fillet of fish, with a interesting looking coleslaw underneath of carrot, apple and spring onion. Dinner. Now we're here. Now we're talking. Now we've arrived. We've started now. Dinner. Smashed flatbread burger. A smashed burger with pork or beef mince, beans, cheese. All right. Okay. That is, as they say, my vibe. I think one of the things he does a lot, I understand in this book, is uses a lot of pulses, beans, as a bulk to meat, so that you're downsizing your meat portion, but putting a bean in there instead. And I think that's the case here, cannellini beans. Super green stir fry. Mostly flavoured with oranges, which is interesting. And that gives you 7 of your 7 a day if you make it exactly that way. That's quite impressive, isn't it? Easy prawn curry, because you're making with curry paste. Okay. Serves 2, takes 10 minutes apparently. Presumably, yeah, that's packet rice. I think about 10 years ago, Jamie had a deal with Uncle Ben's packet rice. They're not called Uncle Ben's anymore, are they? And so I think he's been a bit obsessed with them ever since. Creamy peanut chicken. Well, that looks bright pink. It's because peppers. That looks very nice, actually. A kind of pad thai feeling to it. Very lime. Yeah, I like that. I'll come back to that. What was that? Hang on, what was that? Dried mango. Oh, like that stuff. Looks like fruit leather. Is that the cool name for it? Sweet and sour prawns. Interesting. I don't like the presentation very much though. Doesn't do it for me. Thai style fish curry. It's fine. My family are never going to go for it though. Green veg mega mix. What is it? I mean, it reeks of side salad, I think. Hoisin sauce and mustard. That's different. Very different. Okay, tahini mushroom noodles. So-so. So-so. Charred Mexican salad. So we're frying there. Lots of onion, spring onions, cabbage, tomato, cucumber, beans and corn. That is actually the sort of salad I make really without thinking of it. But I do like this dressing at the bottom, which is avocados, jalapenos and coriander and lime, which is kind of around the outside here. Yeah, we'll have a look at that. We'll come back to that. Hydra says, most of the time I do the recipes in order as they appear in the book. It makes me a long time to get to the season in which certain ingredients become available. Yeah, that's an interesting way to go. I usually go through and like go for the big hitter, the thing I think I'm going to love first, and then go back. Interesting. The Ko-fi Streambot has just popped up, which is like an automated service. Ko-fi is a system whereby you can leave donations. There was someone on a recent video said that they would donate, to a campaign to go and stay at Marco Pierre White's hotel over in the Cotswolds. I've looked it up. It's going to cost about £200. If you'd like to donate towards that, I will of course make a video about it. I will of course do what I can to get an interview with Marco. And I don't promise anything, but I can only ask, can't I? But I'm never going to go there, stay there, make a video, see what the breakfast is like, see what the dinner is like. The reviews for this place, it's called the Rudlow Arms. Reviews are all over the place. Some say it's great, some say it's terrible. They appear to have a cover charge to absolutely everything. It sounds mad, but if you want to see videos on that, then drop some links to Ko-fi and send me on my way. Thank you very much. Salmon couscous. It's literally salmon and couscous. Pork noodle broth. Not bad. Surprised there's only 2 of your 7 a day. I guess it's just mushrooms, cucumbers and edamame beans, but it's not enough. Okay. Silken tofu and black beans. I'm fairly sure this is a recipe from another book. I want to say 7. Okay. Chicken fajitas. These fajitas are fast and furious, but our friend the griddle pan does most of the heavy lifting. So essentially frying peppers and tomatoes. And where are the chicken? Oh, there it is. Okay. Pepper, onion and chicken, and just fry it all with tomatoes and add honey and mustard. Walnut tortillas. Okay, all right, okay. You've convinced me. I think sometimes chicken cooked like this, like straight in the griddle pan, can be a bit sort of a bit lifeless. So I don't know about that one, but we'll see. Seared tuna kimchi bowl, not really my vibes. Lemon tahini chicken and grains. What have we got there? Chicken breasts, roasted peppers. Hang on, let's go back. Let's have another look. Hydrantha says, for older cookbooks, I tend to look for what I can and cook from it. I own a copy of Escoffier's Le Guide Culinaire, which contains more than 1,000 recipes which often repeat. Have I got that one? I've got one of the old books, but I can't think if it's that one or what's the other one I'm thinking of, which is very just do this. It's not proper recipes as you know them. It's very much a guide for the chef in the kitchen, and a lot of them say make this other thing. It's very confusing, but hey ho. Yeah, it's not an easy book to cook from, is it? Le Guide Culinaire. Guide? I think it's Guide. Guide Culinaire. Yeah, not an easy book to cook from. Quite a challenging read. What's the book I'm thinking of though? It'll come back to me. Golden Chicken, Peppers and Rice. It's quite simple. I quite like that. There's not a lot of flavours going on. He uses harissa paste, which is fine, and hummus as the main liquid, I guess, the sauce. But it seems like it's lacking a bit of stuff to me. I don't know. I'll give it a try though. Gordon Ramsay, good to see you. Not seen you in a while. Mr. Oliver's got a comeback up his sleeve. I don't know. He's going to churn out at least a book a year forever, I think. He's got something in him still to give. And that's why we're here tonight with Eat Yourself Healthy, having a flick through his new book, Crispy Black Bean Beef. This sounds quite nice. Straight to wok noodles. It's fairly standard stuff. Beef mince, mushrooms, ginger, herbs, the ready cooked noodles, and a few veg. Yeah, okay. I think my family would like that one. Chicken cup salad. Oh, so you're making your sort of like chicken boats. Have a look at there. Yeah. Steak and sticky aubergine salad. This is one of the few steak recipes in here. Served on vermicelli noodles by the looks of it. Gochujang paste. Yeah, it looks quite nice. Chicken balls and rainbow broth. Is that matzo balls? What's making the balls? Just loads of stuff. Garlic, chicken, rice, cooked rice, miso, pickled ginger, coriander, and just blitz it and then shape it into balls. All right. This sounds a bit mad. Gordon Ramsay, what do you think? Mr. Oliver's comeback. His problem is, I find, whenever I do content about Jamie Oliver, it doesn't do that well, with a few exceptions. And I think that's because most millennials do not like him at all. They hold a grudge against him. They just missed his rise, really, and therefore don't value him at all. And as I've said many times, I think he's done far more for this country than a lot of people appreciate in terms of what we've got available on shelves and attitudes to cooking. Seared salmon rice. That sounds very nice, actually. Salmon fillets. Again, with a packet of rice. Using packet of rice nearly every thing here, I assume. His research has told him people hate cooking rice or don't like the time it takes to cook rice. And those packet rices are a good way to go ahead. Crispy, steamy parcels. So using rice paper wrappers, filling them with interesting veg. Pesto chicken salad. So we have here chicken with a quick whiz up of pesto, basically. Bit of extra veg. Chicken and berries. Oh, I'm not sure about that. Chicken and blueberries. I'm not sure about that one. Anybody tried chicken and blueberries? Crab spaghetti, not mum's spaghetti. Vibrant veg and creamy bean salad. Again with the blueberries. He's gone mad on blueberries. Fish in crazy water. And I know that one, he says it there. There's an Italian phrase, acqua pazza, in here. The crazy water is what it means. Sorry, I got a cough. Excuse me. Which is sort of simmering a fish away in a nice little stew. Super green orecchiette. I'm sure I've seen this recipe before, but it's a good one. Turning focaccia into breadcrumbs, then using garlic, broccoli, spinach. Turn that into a green sauce. That's very nice. Adam says, I don't dislike Jamie at all, but have a problem with pretty much all TV chefs when they translate into the home cook arena, Rick Stein being an exception. So I listened to a really interesting interview with Delia Smith yesterday, where she said basically that people that come, and this was quite a few years ago she said this, she came from the restaurant, she said chefs that come from the restaurant and just try and show you how to cook just don't get it, and many don't. I would say Jamie does, by the way, but that's by the by. But I think it's true to say that a lot of chefs come in from the restaurant and say, oh, this is what you do, this is how you do it, just cook like this. And they don't understand, they don't translate the difficulty for home cooks. Now, I will say, for those of you in the chat, Adam himself, if you click through on his profile, he absolutely typifies doing cooking at home and real cooking at home, the kind of stuff you want to cook, and tries to make it as easy and as frugal as possible. And that's exactly it. Chefy chefs are quite obsessed with showing you how they do things in restaurants, which is just a different thing, right? It's a totally different skill to just feeding your family. Fish parcels and tomato orzo. Silky aubergine flavour fest. Well, that doesn't tell you much, does it? But there's Telltale Bombay mix scattered all over it. That dusty packet of chilli that I don't think I've had in 30 years. Gochujang tomato noodle soup. So that's a bit different. The silken tofu on top. Roasted veg and chickpea smash, which is 9 of your 7 a day. That's pretty impressive, isn't it? So a load of veg, chickpeas, onion, peppers, Brussels, cauliflower, roast it all, mash some stuff with chickpeas. I mean, it's barely a recipe, it's sort of roast some vegetables and serve it on homemade hummus, is what it is. It's got an air fryer variant there. Maybe that's coming before, but I didn't spot it. There's like a, hey, do it in the air fryer. Bigging up his other books, of course. Adam then says, I think also a lot of TV chefs think everyone enjoys watching them cooking, when actually they don't. Some just want a nice meal but don't enjoy the process. Yeah, I think, I'm trying to think of other things I've watched where people have been able to evaluate how many things are made from a book, and the average is really low. But it's why programs like MasterChef and Bake Off are such a success. Most people, the vast majority of the audience, aren't interested in cooking any of that food themselves. They're just interested in the process and the game show of it all. And food is just a convenient seasoning, if you pardon the pun, for that reality show format or the TV competition format. I think some people, some TV chefs think when they're making it that everyone's going to make everything, which is not the case. Mushroom stew, looks a bit odd. Chicken curry and chapati. It's just your standard curry paste based chicken curry. There's a really good recipe of Jamie's called Corner Shop Chicken Curry. I enjoyed it so much, I wrote it out and did it for my website, cheap plug. because sorry, typing at the same time. Was that it? No, that's what I wanted to write. There we go. On my website, I put Jamie's Corner Shop curry, which is really, really good. Really tasty and a really easy one to make. Roasted Mediterranean veg. Is that really a recipe, Jamie? Roasted some vegetables? No. I mean, it's a thing, but it's not exactly a recipe. I tend to put home cooks into 3 categories, Adam says. It's long... but you think most home cooks fall into one of the 3. I don't mind if it's long-winded. You take your time, mate. You type it out. I'm about 2/3 of the way through the book, so we've got time. Harissa tuna bean parcels. That looks weird. Is that phyllo pastry, making a tuna sandwich, essentially. Aubergine involtini. I don't know what that is. Filled aubergines in a tomato sauce. Okay. That's kind of interesting. What's the stuffing there? Basil, parmesan, ricotta, beans, lemon zest as a stuffing into aubergines. That seems like some sort of tapas you would get somewhere to me. It's interesting, and I'm definitely rattle it up as a side dish, I think. Chicken, bean and rice bake. So, just your standard tray bake, right? Just flooded with vegetables and green and cannellini beans and all sorts. Veggie curry tray bake, same as before. We've moved into the tray bake territory without announcing. Hydrolife says he likes to make large, expansive dishes, but someone who has the time and willpower to spend the effort on this. And me too, as you probably gather from this channel, I like to push the boat out. But there's still the cooking of Monday to Friday to do, isn't there? There's the get dinner on the table type cooking, as opposed to the Saturday, Sunday, got all day. I don't know if you can see behind me. Yeah, there's a... let's lean the right way. No, that way. I've got it. Over there. That's a beef bourguignon that I've made 2 beef bourguignons through a video, and I've done 2 over the last 2 days, and they're now just chilling down to form part of a video. And that's the sort of thing that does take all day to make. Not hands-on, but you need to be ready in time. So Adam says that his 3 home cooks are: the home cook that has no interest in food and cooking and feels food is just fuel, generally has no interest in how it tastes. Yes, I know a few of those. Adam then says category 2, doesn't enjoy the process but likes the end result, has a favourite recipe or 2 and likes to explore a few different cuisines, hates chopping and dicing. Yes, and that's what a lot of those kitchen gadgets are for, and I would say that's quite what a few cookery books are aimed at, you know, those get dinner on the table. I find those people really like TikTok recipes because they're generally like 4 ingredients and just like with cheese. I find that's not a knock on all TikTok recipes, but quite a lot of them are like attention grabbing because they don't take much effort. Chicken and mushroom hot pot using a good old tin of condensed soup. That'll be Campbell's. Is that gnocchi? It is, with gnocchi. Oh, that's kind of cute. I like that. It's kind of like a riff on a chicken and mushroom pie. Weekend! Oh, just like we were discussing Hydrolyze, we are now at the weekend section. So recipes where you push the boat out and it takes a little bit longer. E.g. spring soup and ricotta toasts. I think I've made this before. So obviously Jamie's been making cookbooks for over 25 years. Another plug for the mug. And you can kind of forgive him the quantity of recipes he kicks out, that the odd one he will, you know, slightly repeat in a different context. Adam then says, person number 3, enjoys the process start to finish, love learning new cuisines, has more advanced knowledge of ingredients, understands salt, fat, acid and sweetness and heat. Yes, I think you're right, Adam. And where would you say, I know your channel quite well, where would you say you aim your recipes at when you do them on your YouTube channel? Spiced lamb and lentil soup. Looks very nice. What's this? These kind of flat bits. Oh, poppadoms. Uncooked poppadoms. Okay. Golden Hasselback salmon. I've never seen that presentation for salmon before. So slashing a salmon across the back and roasting it. Interesting. Healthy fish and chips. Boo. What makes it healthy? Sweet potato wedges. Oh, don't you hate that in a restaurant? Upgrade to sweet potato fries, which I consider a downgrade, frankly. And I'm presuming that fish is baked. Yep. Fish, I am at category 2. That was my suspicion as well, Adam. You know, someone who wants to give it a go, but not too much. And, you know, let's knock all the edges off the recipe and make things as approachable as possible. Funnily enough, one of the beef bourguignon recipes I've made is very much knocks all the corners off the recipe, and I'm going to taste test them tomorrow. That'll be on the video. Be really interesting to see. Fresh phyllo parcel and beans. That's very cute. It's very dinner party-esque. Fish pie, soup, and eggs on toast. So all the elements of a fish pie, but in soup form. Interesting. Crispy steamed veggie buns. Reminds me of the recipe from Save with Jamie, which was a good one, where you just use self-raising flour and semi-skim milk to make these kind of bao type buns. They work really well. Go on then. It's been a while since I posted it. I think we deserve one. He's worked hard, bless him. Adam says, yes, I agree. Anything made with sweet potato is better than the actual potatoes. Stupid things. No, I like sweet potatoes, but I don't like them being positioned as superior to regular fries. Like, oh, and you can pay £2 for the privilege. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Comforting chickpea soup. So this is inspired by aloo gobi. So garlic, ginger, cauliflower. That sounds very nice. Very nice. Oh, I'm thirsty tonight. That'll do it. Squash and borlotti soup. Ho hum. Fragrant veggie phyllo tart. Vegetables on phyllo. That's what it is. It's like, yeah. It's a wonderful channel, Dom in the Kitchen. I've known him for years and years and years and years. He primarily lives on Instagram, Dom in the Kitchen, D-O-M. And he's just released a book for upside down recipes. It's really, really cool. Essentially, you get a baking tray, put stuff on it, and then put phyllo pastry or puff pastry over the top and bake it, flip it out, turn it, like an upside down cake. That's the vibe he's going for. But he's got dozens and dozens of these recipes. And he makes brilliant Instagram reels. Go check him out and buy his book. It's good. I bought it this year. Mushroom risotto soup. Also like risotto rice to a soup. Okay, cute. Sumptuous squash risotto. Happy fish pie. I do love a fish pie. It says the big question is, are you having eggs or no eggs? If you've been paying attention, you'll know I'll be like, no, not bothered, thanks. So there's potato and broccoli is the topping, just to bump up the veg count. Meatball tray bake. So this, I think, yeah, this is the one I saw him make. The only one I've seen, which is like the first part of his first show. It's essentially meatballs made with beans, pork or beef mince, and seasoning. Quite a lot of that. And then baked in a tomato-y red pepper sauce. I don't know why I skimmed over that, because that's just the sort of thing I'd make. Whatcha? Hearty veg casserole. Oh, isn't that pretty? It's like the ratatouille from Ratatouille, or confit bialdi, as I believe the technical name is for it, the dish from the film. Interesting. I stopped saying cute, so I started saying interesting 1,000 times. Chicken and bean soup. Chicken and sticky spuds. It sounds like what I make all the time. This is a roast chicken dish, but not as you know it. Let's pause here for a minute. Slice onions, garlic, scatter in a tray, rub a chicken, not rubber chicken, not one of those. Put it on the, oh I see, so you put the chicken in the bars of the oven with the tray underneath so everything drips down. And then bay leaves. You make a pesto with bay leaves, essentially. Grate the celeriac. And you make a remoulade of yogurt and mustard. With the potatoes, new potatoes, boil and salt them. And then toss them with the sticky onions and garlic. Okay. That sounds very nice, actually. I can never have enough roast chicken recipes. G.A.D. Leonard, hello, good evening. Have you tried any of these recipes? Brand's making news. I literally got it out of the package for this video. Yeah, so no, we're just going through, seeing what's interesting, seeing what the vibe is. If you don't know, the recipes. The book is called Eat Yourself Healthy. His new book. Though it doesn't scream health recipes, it's not like a health food book the way his superfoods book was and his super family food. This is much more relatable food. I would say lots of Asian influences, of course the Italian influences I'm noticing in it, but no, I'm just going through and sticky noting the ones I will come back to and try. Beef and borlotti bean ragu. So it's like a bolognese, which obviously you can then treat however you want. I don't really think I need a recipe for that. It's pretty straightforward. Oh, I do like it when the layout changes. Oh, so these are ways with the ragu. Potato gnocchi, parsnip ribbons. This is an interesting choice. Essentially speed peeling parsnip on top and then baking it like a crispy topping. Bread croutons, phyllo. Interesting, interesting. Healthier sweet treats. So we're getting towards the thin end of the wedge now. Cheats Soft Service Ice Cream, which is banana, frozen strawberries, yogurt and peanut butter with honey. Just blitz it all together. Not my vibes. Oh, these look cute, don't they? Banana, frozen blackberries, yogurt, seeds, dark chocolate. Unfortunately dipped in desiccated coconut, which is one of my least favourite things in the world. Hot carrot cupcakes. So we got carrot and banana and apricots. Oh, I see. So he has a recipe he does in tribute to his nan, which is about little sponge puddings. And this is another variant on that. He absolutely loves it. Use a teacup and you make a sponge, like a microwave sponge. Chocolate orange pots. This is from his Christmas cookbook. Dates, hazelnuts, tofu, silken tofu. That's right. I've seen him do this before. Silken tofu with with chocolate or cocoa powder, so that you're not using chocolate. I haven't tried it, but not sure. Tahini pretzel yogurt bark. It looks great, but I don't think it's as nice as it looks. So this is essentially dark chocolate. Oh, so this is yogurt on the base that's been frozen. It's probably nicer than it looks. Let me restate that. It looks nice. The ingredients look a bit worthy. Chocolate, vanilla, honey, yogurt, tahini, dates and pretzels. It's probably actually quite nice when you make it. Oh, go on then. Let's give it a golden sticker. What have we got now? Fizzy berry jellies. Made with soda water. Chocky froyo sandwiches. Alright, okay. To make the froyo, blitz yogurt, raspberries, stem ginger and syrup and blitz until smooth. And then that's oat cakes in between. Oh, it was going so well. I'm not sure about the oat cakes though, personally. Oaty fridge balls. Okay. These are ways he's saying to have healthy snacks. So chocolate, apricots, almonds, oats, dates, blitz together. Mango, coconut, no thanks. Strawberry phyllo tarts. Yogurt and balsamic. Yeah, it's... I can see what he's trying to do here. What have you put here now, Hydrolife? You once read a wiki article on Soviet cuisine. It is fascinating to read about a cuisine that was completely developed by dietitians. I wasn't aware of that, as in it is the state-dictated diet for the Soviet people. Interesting. This isn't Soviet though, I think. No, I don't think there's Russian influence in this book. I'm happy to be wrong. Some quick blueberry muffins. There is no sugar in here. There is honey, but no sugar. That's just the kind of thing he's going for. Mini protein bars. If you're protein bar obsessed, these homemade ones taste good and save you a bit as well. Yeah, they look like hard work on the mouth. Banana and almond cake. Not for me. And then we're on to drinks. That's it. That's all your sweet treats, drinks. And so I know Jamie's pushing the fact that you can get some of your 5-year day out of drinks. So let's see what we end up with. Again, David Loftus with the beautiful photography. Waters. So it's not really recipes, but saying put stuff in water. It's nice. I appreciate the photography, not necessarily the ideas. What have we got here? Morning Kickstarter. Surprise and invigorate your senses with this punchy Kickstarter, which turns good old water into a mega mix of flavour and goodness. Nutritious ingredients like cayenne, turmeric and cinnamon are all super high in iron for metabolic function, red blood cell formation and oxygen transportation, as well as helping to prevent tiredness and fatigue. It's a powerful combo. So just flick over to your comment there, Hydrolife. I see some Arabic influences though with all the meze inspired recipes. Yeah, I mean, Jamie's probably on his travels picked up, and I know he has from other series he's done, how healthily other cultures eat by default. I don't think the British eat healthy by default, and so therefore he's trying to pick on ideas from elsewhere. So what is this crazy water? So this is mint, ginger, cayenne, turmeric, cinnamon, cider vinegar and lemon. Essentially frozen into an ice cube, and then you pour over boiling kettle water just to make a weird, crazy drink for the morning. Okay. Green Goddess smoothie, which is lime, mint, banana, avocado, spinach, cashew nut butter and coconut water. Berries. I don't really get on with smoothies. I don't really like the textural feel in your mouth. It's too thick. It doesn't, no. I've very rarely found a smoothie I enjoy. Protein smoothie, a matcha smoothie, whipped coffee. So this is Dalgona, right? Yeah, whip up coffee with a tiny bit of water until it forms stiff peaks. Yep, so a Dalgona. Gennaro's coffee. Gennaro, of course, being Gennaro Cantaldo, his old mentor and friend. Make espressos. Add lemon or orange peels. Okay. And that's it for recipes. We're then on cooking sustainably and kitchen notes, which I won't go through everything for you here. Stuff about air fryers, his nutrition team, the nutrition for every recipe, a load of thank yous. That looks like it's it. And there, that means that's his 30th book with Eat Yourself Healthy. Whatever you think of Jamie, apart from a few repeats in there, that's 30 recipes. 30 books he's created with more or less unique recipes in each. It's quite a staggering amount. I know he doesn't do it alone, he's happy to admit that, but that's a lot of books, a lot of recipes, isn't it? And in the most recent decade, he has basically done one a year, if not more. Because technically he did Easy Air Fryer, which came out I think February time. Adam says, how much is it? £25. I paid 15. The RRP there is £30, because that's what books cost these days. But let's be honest, if you are interested, keep it in your basket for a while. It'll drop down to £10 or so. Or, being even more honest, if you wait a year, it will be in charity shops. And that's not a knock on Jamie, that's to do with the popularity, because so many of his books get sold, they end up in charity shops. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go through and I'm going to count up all the post-it notes, see how many I think I will make in the coming weeks, and have a look. If I feel up to it, I might post them on Instagram, so keep an eye out. That's at the Big Spud. Couldn't get Big Spud, that had already gone. While I do that, have a flick mentally back through that. Is there anything in there of interest that you thought you might pick up? Let's have a look. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 things I've bookmarked out of those recipes, which is not that bad for a hit rate. I'll leave it there so you can have a look. There. Yeah, so 19 things I will try in the next few weeks, I would imagine. They'll just sort of slip into rotation as I try different things. Adam says, that's about right for a Jamie Oliver book. Usually most bookshops are release date Thursday, have half price offer of some sort. Yeah, if you look around Waterstones this weekend, or I would say any other bookshops, but there aren't many others, are there? You will find deals on that, like to drag you through the door. Certainly that will be the case. Very good. Well, let me have a little flick around. What have we been doing? So we've been going over an hour. That's quite surprising. Well, I hope you found that interesting. Nice little chill stream, and no busy dashing about with pots and pans tonight. Just keeping everything ticking along, checking along. A little flick through his book, and no doubt, again, you'll see some of these probably on my Instagram feed in the coming weeks as I try a few out, let you know what I think. Add it to the pantheon of things of Jamie Oliver book reviews on this site. Does it strike me as essential? Not just yet, I would say. His cadence is to release a book in September. He always does this, but I wonder how this would have done being released like 1st of January. when everybody is thinking healthy. I wonder if it has any effect. Probably not for Jamie books, because people have already decided if they're going to buy it or not. Maybe it'll have a little wave in January. I don't know. I think it's a strange time of year. Next year it'll be when it's gone, and you'll probably pick it up for a £5 or a £10. Yeah, you're probably right. Particularly in the supermarkets, they'll start to discount it down. Or World of Books, one of my favourite sites to pick up second-hand books. Or your charity shops, if you're not fussy and you fancy just mining your local charity shops every now and then. I think you're totally right, Adam. But I think we will call that a night for there. I want to say thank you very much for those joining in, particularly those having a little chat. It's always good to catch up with you in person. It's the main reason I do these lives. Doing it to yourself is no fun. It's so much more fun when you're there to join me. So I think what I'm going to do, for those of you on YouTube, thank you very much. For those of you on Twitch, please stick around, because I'm going to raid in to another channel. Let's figure out what that is first. Let's go find, I think my old mucker, Mrs. Hangry, is live. I'll definitely go and see if she's around. Yeah, she's still going. Excellent. Right, so for those people, I will say good night. Thanks for chatting, Adam. I will see you all soon. Those on Twitch, hang around and you'll go and raid.